Okay, it's rush hour, and I'm leaving WGBH right now. A lot of traffic, and I'm confined to the sidewalk. That's the first thing you notice when you leave WGBH. You're confined to the sidewalk because this intersection at Market in Guest Street is not optimal for biking. There's no bike path, there's no bike demarcation. You're basically stuck. Riding on the sidewalk, but I'm off just briefly, off the sidewalk briefly, and now I'm in the street, on Market Street, heading toward Cambridge, and sharing the road with rush hour drivers, a lot of them impatient, and bicyclists. One just zipped right past me, and I'm also wearing a helmet. I have to admit, I don't always wear a helmet. That's self-admonishment. It's not a good idea not to wear a helmet. I'm certainly wearing one today. Okay, here's a tough intersection right here. This is Birmingham Highway and Western Avenue. Tough because there's really no designated biking area until you're much further down Western. As you can see, there's not a lot of room between the parked cars here and the cars that are whizzing by. Okay, now I'm passing a construction area, and obviously this pushes me further out into the street. And as I mentioned, there's no designated biking area here. And so you're stuck between this new construction right here and the cars whizzing by on my left. This doesn't give you a lot of room for biking. Just enough. This is a fairly well-traveled bike route. A lot of bicyclists up and down this street. Here's another problematic intersection, the intersection of Everett and Western Avenue. Why is it problematic? Because once again, there's no bike designated bike area. And if you're trying to make a left on Everett, that's always proven to be difficult. There's just not the lights aren't timed long enough to give you time to cross that intersection. So here you have a car going to the right here, no turn signal. So if you're bicycling on this intersection at Western and you're going straight, this is where a lot of miscommunication occurs. Oftentimes because drivers do not signal that they're going right. There's no turn signal. This is where the designated bike path begins, right here. Clearly demarcated. I love this. This is what makes biking much easier in the city. It signals to drivers and it signals to bicyclists that you. Oh, I'm talking. Just recording. How are you, my friend? Here's another fellow bicyclist right here. What do you think? Is this very helpful? This bike path. Does it make a difference? Talk about going from WGBH to this area right here. Does it make a big difference having this designated bike path?
Definitely.
Yeah. Why?
Well, at least it does help for drivers to recognize that there's an area that bicyclists are going to be in. But I mean, the biggest problem all of us have on the road, bicyclists, pedestrians, and car drivers, is that we don't want to give anybody else the right of way.
Right. We don't want to give them the right of way.
We have no patience.
Right.
So,
well, what about yourself? You seem to have some patience.
I have some, but there are times when I don't, and
right.
I try to remember that I don't. But that is definitely, it's less about, I mean, it's important that we all follow the rules, but it's more important to be common courtesy, which seems to be an oxymoron. No one has it, including me sometimes. So we need to be of other
Courteous
people.
of others, right. Good point. Well said. Have a safe ride. All right. Bit of that bicycle solidarity. This is a strict bike area that's helped by parked cars here on my left. This is a brilliant design. How are you doing as a bicyclist? I'm recording this just to let you know for WGBH.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and do you find it easy going back and forth?
On Western Ave, I was dubious about the cycle track, but now I kind of like it.
You were dubious about it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it didn't look like it was great for parking, and I wondered about car doors opening on the other side.
That's our biggest fear, isn't it, for bicyclists?
Yeah, but there is this, this shaded area that sort of covers the right opening car doors, and it doesn't really seem to be an issue.
Right. What do you do when you get here? This is where the bicycle trail sort of ends, doesn't it?
The crossing that is worse than this crossing is the next crossing down.
That's right.
The next crossing down, what you have to do is wait for the moment when the inertia of the cars has not yet been overcome, and then you can zip across before they can start moving. This one actually works reasonably well, except that a lot of cars ignore that red during rush hour. It's kind of, the custom of this intersection is to go through the red.
That's true. That's
For
true.
similar reasons, actually, to the way that the bicyclists have to act at the next intersection. We're all dealing with some of the same dynamics.
We're all dealing with the same dynamics. Oh, good
Yes.
point. What's your name?
My name's Jean.
Jean
Jean Monroe.
Monroe. Okay. All right, Jean.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I'm Philip Martin, and
Philip,
we're
hi.
recording this for our series this week, Right Away.
Yes.
Bicyclists.
The one that used to be titled something else.
The one that used to be titled something else.
commented on
Exactly.
that.
You commented on that.
I
Excellent.
did. I was one of them.
Oh, I'm glad to hear your comment, actually.
Well, I'm glad to see you out here, and I hope that you get to check out, is it specifically Boston, because the cycle tracks and paths around the Fresh Pond are also quite interesting and somewhat controversial.
That's true. That's true. Any message for Mayor Menino and the mayor of Cambridge?
Mayor Menino, get well soon and get back on your bike.
Get well soon and get back on your bike. Okay.
I mean, he's into potholes and fixing them and fixing road conditions, so
Right.
he's on our side.
Okay. All right. Thanks, G.
Sure.
Good luck. Bike safely. I just did something illegal, which is I just crossed on a red light when there were no cars coming. If a driver complained about that, it would be in the right. And you have to definitely be careful when you're crossing. See, there you go. I've just had a slight accident because of the trying to navigate between a bus and a mirror. And those are accidents that happen all the time. Now, I could have done two things. I could have waited until the bus went by. That was preferable. And the driver, I don't know if you heard that. I was just speaking a bit too loud. I was just saying I could have done two things. I could have waited until the bus went by, which is what I should have done. Or the driver could be courteous enough to pull his mirror